It's Friday. It's Friday. Y'all, welcome to the Friday's message. This Friday's message is titled Not Yet. There's purpose even in this. Don't give up yet. There's purpose even in this. Don't throw in the towel yet. There's purpose even in this. Do not give up on your dreams. There's purpose even in this. So I've been telling y'all I've been going through a hard time this year. Like, this has been the hardest year ever. But in the midst of that, I've seen blessings that came out of the stuff that I've went through that I'm so thankful for, because had I not going through them, I would not receive the blessings on the other side. I usually say that in just about every message because it's so true. But I was reading Genesis, and I was reading over the story of Joseph and how his story blessed my life so well, because even in the midst of everything that people tried to do to him, God still showed his hand mighty. God still showed how he still had his hand on Joseph, even when his brother sold him, even when people lied on him, even when people tried to do him dirty. God still showed that he had favor over Joseph. That God still showed that he was with Joseph even in the midst of his trials and tribulations. And his story like really touched me, because it made me realize that no matter what area on the outside it looks like he being sold as a slave, like that's the lowest that you could do. Like, your brother sold you as a slave. Potiphar's wife lied on him. He was sent to prison, and he had favor in prison. He had favor over everything Potiphar owned. He didn't have to worry about a thing. Like, even in Egypt, he reigned over everything in Egypt, and it started from him being sold as a slave, and it started people lying on him, it started people backstabbing him, and people forgetting about him. If you read it, I'm not gonna read all of it. I was just pointing out points that really stuck to me. But go back and read Genesis 37 through the chapter 37 through chapter the 50th chapter, and you read over his story. But I was thinking that sometimes we get into situations, and the situations overcloud or make us forget who we are, or make us forget how powerful God is, because Satan will allow us to blow up our problems more than we do our God. And when we begin to do that, we start doubting ourselves. We don't tap into the power that God give us. We feel hopeless, like, Lord, this don't look like nothing that you said. Lord, this don't look like nothing according to your word. Like, why you got me in here? Why you allow my brothers to sell me into slavery? Why allow my friends to stab me in the back? Why allow me to lose everything when you promised me houses and lands that I can't even afford? Like, why you allowing me to go through this sickness? Why you allowing me to go through this foolishness? Why you allowing me to go through all this stuff when it is nothing like what you said, when it was nothing like what you promised me? Why are you allowing me to go through this stuff? Why are you allowing me to shed the tears that I cry when nobody can see? Why you allowing me to go through the heartbreaks that nobody know nothing about? Why you allowing me to take the losses that I've taken? Why, Lord, why you allowing me to go through all this stuff? And I heard there's purpose even in this. There's purpose even in this. It may look like if Joseph was not sold into slavery, that he would not be set up to reign over Egypt. He would not be set up to reign over everything that Potiphar had. He would not be set up to reign over the prison. If he had not been sold into slavery, we look at situations and we feel like we doomed to hell because we went through that, or we went through that tragedy. But that tragedy is setting us up for the area that God got designed for us, that's greater, that's better in the future. I never think that God make mistakes for why we go through the things that we go through. And I understand that some things is just unbearable and shakes us to our core, but God has a purpose even in this. I've been praying on the job for the longest now. I've been hearing the great job will come, a door will be opening for me, and I gotta get more denial letters. Sorry to inform you, y'all. Sorry to regret. I've got so much denial letters that in my right now during this season in my entire life, and I'm like, Lord, why? You told me a job gonna be opening up. You told me why all these denial letters, why all these disappointments? It's purpose even in this. I am preparing you, I am positioning you right where you at right now, so when the door open for that job, you will be prepared to walk through it. We oftentimes want to walk through new seasons in our life and not be prepared for the hardship it take to get there. I've asked God, every area of my life have been tested. Why, Lord? Why my marriage falling apart? Why I feel like I'm not the best mom? Why I'm feeling like this finances coming up? Why this move stressful? Why all this stuff coming up? And there's purpose even in this, because he already told me 2020 was gonna be my year. But some things that I've been doing in some ways that I've come accustomed to, like them stuff gotta go away. Like this year has really pushed me to trust in God alone. I couldn't trust in money that we didn't have. I couldn't, and that for me that was a big one, because you never realize how much you put your trust into little things, perishable things, until you go through a hard season. Because when you go through a hard season, you wouldn't trust on that one, you wouldn't depend on that one, you wouldn't do this, you wouldn't do this, you wouldn't do this, because Lord, when they was down and out, I helped them. And Lord, when this was and God said, I don't want you to depend on none of that. I want you to depend on me. I don't want you to depend on your money. Your money is useless. I want you to depend solely on me. So God began to work on me and put me in situations where I only could depend on him. Money could not move it. I had to solely trust in God. And when I told y'all, when I did that, money started coming that I didn't even ask for. Money started coming that I didn't even pray for, because I put my trust solely on him. When I didn't have a dime, when I didn't have a dime, he made a way where I had a pocket full of money, and I didn't even ask for it, because I just trust him that in the midst of it all, your word said you will supply all my needs. And that's all I had to depend on. That's all I had to trust on. I could not put my trust in money. And I think in this world, because of course we do need money, but it's a difference between needing money and depending on and trusting on that money, because it's going to be a time where no matter how much money you got in this world, money cannot buy happiness, money cannot buy peace, money cannot buy joy. Y'all better hear me. I don't care how much money you got. Money will not take the place of God. And some of us have put in money over in God's position. This money and this God. No. Some situations you'll be putting your money is useless. All you will have is faith. Every area was tested in my life, not just with finance. Every area was tested, and God wanted. I had to realize that I had to trust on God, even in the bad spots that I felt that I was in. I had to trust in God when all hope was lost. I had to trust in God when my marriage was falling apart. I had to trust in God when I really wanted to give up on school. I had to trust in God when everything around me was come crashing down, and it wasn't easy. Absolutely not, y'all. I've cried more tears than I could count. I've endured more hardship in this year than I've can count, but I don't dwell on them. I had to take losses. I had people talk about me publicly, and I had to take the L, because God told me to keep my mouth shut. And that is a hard thing when you got people talking about you out in the open and you cannot defend yourself, because I had to realize that I had to let God do the defending. And God did and can defend me better than I could defend myself. I had to remain silent. Some losses that you go through in life, you have to remain silent. You wouldn't even be able to tell nobody about it. You wouldn't even be able to tell nobody about it. I promise y'all, you wouldn't be able to tell nobody about it. You would have to keep quiet. No, you cannot defend yourself. No, you cannot go say whatever you want to say. No, you cannot operate. No, you cannot lash out. You still got to act in love. And this year has taught me that no matter what you're going through, no matter what people do to you, you have to act in love. Let God, vengeance belong to God. Let God handle all that foolishness. Let God carry on all that burden. Let God carry on the things of this world. Let God carry on all that. We carry on too much stuff that we need to let go, because we have to, when we going through things in life, God got us there for a purpose. And instead of us dwelling in, oh, crying, or why we here and why we do this, Lord, what's the purpose? What's the lesson you teaching me in this? Because you would not allow me to go through this if it wasn't a lesson for me to learn on the other side. What are you teaching me? What are you showing me in this? What in me that you're trying to work on? What in me that you want me to see that I've been blinded to this entire time? I've learned more about me spiritually doing my hardships that I have ever. Like, I've grown so closer and trusted God to it is ridiculous. I'm not dependent on nothing. I'm not dependent on chariots. I'm not dependent on money. I'm not dependent on that. I'm dependent and trusting on God even when He says so. Although I got denial letters with jobs, guess what? I'm still believing and having faith that job will come because God said that it will. I don't care what it may look like. I'm still gonna believe and trust in God no matter what the enemy try to plant, because in my season, in my low season, all I had was God. All I could depend on was God, and God always sent two of my sweetest angels, Lord. I do not know. It was times where I didn't have to say a word, and I had my two moms interceding for me, y'all. When I tell you, it was times where they called me just to say, what's wrong? Because keep in mind now, I couldn't say a word. It was times where they called me and said, what's wrong? I'm like, ain't nothing wrong. Like, I'm going to ask you again, what's wrong? What you need me to do? You ready to go on this fast? You need me to pray for? What do you need in this season? Because I got you. Like, I got ride or dies, y'all. I know what y'all better get y'all some people that can pray. Y'all better get y'all some people that's on fire. And I say my spiritual mom, I say, you a gangster for Jesus, y'all. My mamas don't play. Even my birth mama, like, y'all don't know the warrior that's inside her, y'all. I'm telling y'all, there's purpose even in this. There's purpose even in this. If you gotta cry, go ahead and cry. I gave myself days where I cry. I boo-hoo cried. Got up, read my Bible, turned on my praise and worship, and I got through it. And I know that I saw a lot of people say that this year has not been easy. In December, I'm going to do a table of wisdom that's called Mask Off. And usually I go through this every year by myself, but I wanted to bring it to the forefront where we just take our mask off. We reflect on the year. We share our testimonies openly in suits of helping somebody else. It's not to get recognition. It's not to boast and brag. It's not for even pity parties on the downfalls that we went through the year, but it's to share our story about the hand, how mighty God is. But by sharing the power of God. And I do that every year, and I want to bring it up. That's something I want to do for the table of wisdom in December. Just reflect on your year. Take the mask off. Not care what nobody else thinks. Share your story. Share how God pulled you out, because somebody else need to hear that, y'all. I don't care what you're going through right now. I don't care what hardship that you're facing. It's purpose even in that. If God brought it to you, He's going to allow you to get through it. But you got to realize, what's the purpose that I'm here right now? What's the purpose that you got me here for, Lord? What's the purpose? Why I got to feel this hurt that I'm feeling? Why I got to experience these hardships that I'm feeling? Why I got to get these denial letters? Why I got to do this? Why I got to do this? Why? Show me what you trying to teach me in this season. Show me in this season, not nobody else. I want to look at Sally and Sue and John, and show me. You try to work on me. Yeah, the enemy will bring other people to do stuff to me and make me mad and all this other stuff, but initially you're working on the inside of me. Don't look at nobody else. Don't look at nobody else. What is God trying to perfect in you? For me, it was unconditional love. For me, it was patience, because I had to wait. And if anybody know me, waiting is not my strong suit. I had to wait, y'all, on God, because in the season He didn't respond right away. I had to wait. I had to trust on God through it all. Sometimes God worked right away, and sometimes you gotta wait on that thing. And I had to wait on that thing in the season. And he was working patience in me. And it worked out for my good. And I don't know what this year is gonna hold, but y'all, let me tell you, 2020 is my year. I felt like 2019, I was at the bottom for God to change some things within me. In 2020, God is about to show up and out in my life, and I am welcoming all my blessings in open arms. I'm welcoming the job that he told me about. I'm welcoming the success. I'm welcoming the wealth. I'm welcoming the big dreams and ideas, and I'm just ready for all that God got for me. So y'all, there's purpose even in this. I know that it's hard. I know you may not understand, but there is purpose. I promise you there's purpose even in this. You cannot give up yet. You cannot throw in the towel. You cannot walk away. There's purpose even in this. And God used the hard times to shape and mold us into who he called us to be towards our destiny. And that's what it's about. Us striving towards our destiny. So you are not alone. There's no reason to be ashamed. You are meant for destiny. You have purpose, and God will begin to bless you even through adversity. Just like Joseph, he was in prison and he still was blessed. He was in charge over everybody. His brothers sold him into slavery, and he was in charge over the entire Egypt. There's purpose even in this. All those things that happened to him set him up for the greatness, for the greater that God had on the inside of him. And in the end, he ended up blessing the same people who sold him into slavery. Now, if that ain't a powerful move of God, y'all, I don't know what is. Loving our enemies, feeding our enemies, giving our enemies something to drink. You only can do that through the power of God. You only can do that through the power of God, because our flesh would not allow us to do it. And God will put you in a position where you will have to make a determination whether you will love your enemies or do them the way that they did you. And you better choose wisely. You better choose wisely. So y'all, that's my Friday's message. My only announcements that I have is on Thursday, next Thursday at 7 p.m. We are doing the Table of Wisdom on depression. It's something I wanted to do for a while. Having a hard time finding the people who would share their story. To put it out there and be bold enough, and I do, y'all. We have Miss Candace that's going to share her story, and we're going to talk about depression. So if you have experienced depression, if you know someone who's experienced depression, y'all come on, tune in at 7 p.m. next Thursday for an episode of the Table of Wisdom. All right, y'all, have a good weekend. Bye.